Dear trusted ally, if you receive this, you have a duty to fulfill. You know about our predicament by now, and you're alone, with nothing to do but be scared. So, forge ahead and read. Read the whole thing. The whole thing, please. I sat in one of the black leather chairs provided at the gate, shivering in my threadbare coat. I looked at my watch, noting the time, 5:27 p.m., and tapped my hand nervously. My seat would be called to board in approximately 3 minutes. I'd spent almost all of the money I had left after purchasing my small apartment in Hastings, TX on this flight. There, I need a new life. The one I had in New Orleans was not safe, and it held memories I want to forget. A shifty-looking girl walked in front of me and took a seat, 3 down to my left. I pulled my small, worn carry-on closer to me. In this weathered bag rested my only possessions in the world, save whatever came with the tiny apartment I purchased. A Bible, more worn than the bag it lay in. It had been given to me years ago by my father. It was my only memory of him, as he died 3 years ago. Cancer. It was his love of cigarettes that did him in the end. A small photo album, half full of pictures depicting a happy, smiling family. I barely recognized myself in them anymore. 2 pairs of pants, jeans and khakis. The khakis were for the job interview, if I could secure one. 2 shirts, a t-shirt and a polo. I could buy more once I got there, depending on the price of food. That was it. All that I owned fit in this tiny bag, all that defined me, all that was left of the life I had before. I didn't want to forget the good parts, only the bad. That's why I was leaving, after all, right? I watched closely as a lady behind the booth walked up to the intercom and called my zone to board. I stood up, shaky from having missed breakfast and lunch today, to compensate for the price of gas it would take to get me here. I turned in my ticket and walked down the hallway to board the tiny, cheap plane, wary of anyone who comes too close or looks too suspicious. Nothing could ruin this now. Nothing. Suddenly, there was a hand on my shoulder, and I cursed myself, mentally reviewing every move I had made that might have led someone here after me. I've done everything to shake anyone off my trail yet. Sir? Can you hear me? Sir, I really need your help. The voice was vaguely familiar, but I couldn't place it. I shook my head. Not everyone was after me, I realized. There was nice people too, but I couldn't help anyone right now. I couldn't even help myself. Sir? Please. The voice pleaded with me. I turned sharply, my eyes darting around for any straggler who might serve as witnesses. Then they landed on the man. He was shorter than me and bald. He looked foreign and extremely wealthy, which made me hate him almost off the bat. Then I chided myself and decided to give him a chance. What do you want? I demanded rudely, anxious to get on my plane. The man seemed unfazed by my harsh tone of voice and proceeded to place a small brown paper package into my hand. He started hurriedly giving me instructions, his eyes flicking back and forth even more nervously than mine had been a few moments ago. I just need you to bring this on the plane. Hide it in your carry-on. They won't suspect a thing once you get on the plane. You'll need to... Wait, man, hold on, I interrupted. What the hell is in this package? I suddenly thought occurred to me, and I hissed at him angrily, shoving the package in his arms. Is this a bomb? His eyes widened frighteningly large, to the point where I began to feel concerned he would pass out right here, and he shook his head vigorously. Nothing of the sort, my friend. His voice had become suddenly high and squeaky, and he started talking again even faster than I'd ever thought possible. Sometimes before you arrive at your destination, leave a package in the plane bathroom, somewhere hidden. Do not open the package. You can leave the plane and forget that any of this ever happened unless you open the package. Do not open it under any circumstance. And why the hell would I do it for you? I don't even know you. What if you're lying to me and it is a bomb? What if it kills me, man? I'm not that crazy. What the hell is your problem? It is obviously not a bomb or anything else illegal, as it has already been through customs, he pointed out. When you arrive at your residence in Hastings, you will find that a substantial sum of money has been added to your account. This made me pause, and I stared at the man, my eyes widened as I contemplated his offer. I need this. I need the money so bad. The funeral costs had just about wiped out my savings, not to mention the airplane, the gas to get here, and the apartment I was heading for. I needed food, clothing, I needed the money. But money didn't come free, everything had a price. But leaving this package, parcel, whatever, leaving on the plane, what could it hurt? He had a good point, it was totally legal. I could leave it all behind and not experience any of the repercussions that hiding whatever was wrapping in this paper may entail. It seems like a dream come true. How substantial are we talking? There will no longer be the need for you to go without meals in order to pay for gas ever again. The man grinned weaselly, knowing he had me. The call for the zone after mine came, and I knew that soon people would be coming this way. I had to make a decision fast. Okay, I whispered, barely audible. I took the packet and shoved it into my carry-on, and I boarded the plane. I did not look back, so I didn't see the man grinning widely, turning and walking confidently away from me, muttering something into the collar of his expensive-looking coat. I had the aisle seat, and the lady next to me was sleeping. Her fair hair and freckled complexion reminded me of my daughter, a reminder I would like to have to experience in an enclosed aircraft, as I was prone to tears when the subject came up, but what could I do? This was only an hour and a half long flight, but already a lifetime worth of doubts and regrets had piled up in my head, causing me to sweat profusely and rethink my entire life. Two details of this whole package thing kept nudging at me. First, how had this stranger known my story? It didn't take rocket science to figure out that I was lacking in the money department, speaking sumptuously, but he knew where I was going, my exact destination, and my exact destination was about 50 miles off from the airport this plane had headed to. This kind of information was not open to the public, though this man was obviously not the public. It bothered me. He obviously chose me for some reason. Second, about 5 minutes after taking off, I'd realized that I recognized this man. He'd come to my house on that day, a day my life had changed 4 months ago. It started normally on a morning like any other, my heading off to work in this very coat. But back then it was new and fashionable, sharp. I'd been frustrated because I thought it was my day off, but they had called me in. Anyway, said the machines weren't working, said I was the only one who could fix them. I couldn't believe I was the only engineer in the whole plant that knew how to get the machine working again, so I'd grudgingly cancelled my family day and tried to cheer myself up on the way to work. I fixed the machine in about 5 seconds. The damn things were only unplugged. I had been going to go straight home, but then my boss had found some paperwork that apparently could not have waited until the next day, and I had to stay in and fill it out. By the time I had finished, it was around 3 in the afternoon. I had gone home anxious to see my wife and daughter again, and apologized to them if I had to leave, but I never did get to. By the time I'd gotten there, the place, or what was left of it, was crawling with police officers. My house had been reduced to nothing but smoking rubble. My wife and daughter had been shot. The official statement was given to me by the same man who had given me this package. The face just had immediately surfaced because of the blur of that day. What stuck the most in my head about it was the statement, not the man giving it to me. There are the memories that haunt me, the ones I must escape from, and if whatever it is in this package helps, all the better.